It's amazing news that Bronny James is stable. A doctor from ABC News said immediate CPR and AED shocks saved his life. Every second without intervention is dangerous to the brain and body, but Bronny is already out of the ICU, which means the doctors did a fantastic job. But how did this happen? I mean, kid is 18 years old and in shape. Actually, in basketball, we have seen this multiple times. The most recent example was Shaq's son, Shareef O'Neal. During practice before freshman year at college, same timing as Bronny, Shareef experienced heart issues. He was given a monitor to wear, but had to undergo heart surgery. Shareef did make a full recovery and will play pro in the G League next year. But one player wasn't so lucky. Reggie Lewis collapsed during a playoff game for the Celtics in 1993. He stood back up, but he was dizzy and out of breath. He ended up checking back into the game and scored 17 total points. But the next day, he went to a hospital and was diagnosed with a heart disease that causes an irregular heartbeat and potentially death. So the doctors told him to quit basketball, but he sought out a second opinion. That doctor said he had a less serious, non-fatal heart condition, so Lewis started to prep for the next NBA season. That summer, he was practicing in a gym and suffered sudden cardiac death at the age of 27. 2 police officers tried to revive him but were unsuccessful. But the most famous case was 3 years prior when a college player named Hank Gathers died on the court at 23 years old. Current Heat coach Erik Spoelstra was just a few feet from Gathers when he went down. He had collapsed before and was diagnosed with an abnormal heartbeat requiring medication. An autopsy, though, found he had a much worse condition, and the family got paid in lawsuits against his college, Loyola Marymount, and the doctor who treated Gathers. But LaMarcus Aldridge was diagnosed with a heart condition years ago, and he went on to have an all-star NBA career. We just don't know the outcome for Bronny. Speculation about what caused this or his future makes zero sense because we don't know his full condition. All we know is 150 to 200 times a year, this happens to fit young athletes. It is the leading cause of death in high school sports. It happens in football and lacrosse and even baseball. But the reason so many of these kids die is schools are not prepared with AED machines.
The thing that keeps me up at night is just the faces of the parents that I talk to after their kids die. That I can never shake it. I have to explain to them that with proper care they would have survived. And I don't ever sugarcoat it and I don't lie to them. I tell them the truth because I'm hoping that the truth might help the next kid to not die.
But USC was prepared, and it's probably why Bronny is still with us. But now people are wondering, what does it mean for his future in basketball? And to be clear, no one would be asking this if he was still in danger. Obviously, the most important thing is his health, but now that he is safe and stable, can he keep playing? We've already seen multiple examples of players who were diagnosed but continued to chase their dream, like Shareef O'Neal or LaMarcus Aldridge. Bronny actually has a teammate at USC who had a heart attack during practice last year but was cleared to play in January. I would imagine, unless the top heart doctors in the world clear Bronny, then he would have to stop playing. I mean, you'd need 3 of the top doctors to all say you have a 0% chance of danger here to get back on the court, because Bronny is lucky enough to have a dad who's a billionaire, so he has the financial means to consider other options. Some people don't have that luxury. Obviously, that choice is up to the James family, but LeBron's biggest wish is to one day play in the league with his son. Last season, he teased retirement, but none of us took it seriously because of Bronny. Kid was a 5-star recruit, a McDonald's All-American. There's a good chance he is one and done and in next year's NBA draft. But now, that could either be in jeopardy or delayed for a while. It took his teammate 1.5 years to get cleared for the court. Does LeBron consider retirement after all? It must be a hugely emotional time with all these questions in LeBron and his family's head. But the most important thing is that Bronny is now safe and healthy. I know this video was a downer, but I think it was really important to address because there were different facets of this story that I wanted you guys to know about. But if you want to hear a really inspirational, feel-good story about a guy who escaped danger and made his NBA dream come true, check this video out about Skal Labissiere.